Hey, welcome back to Bookrata. My name is Marcus, the co-founder of Bookrata. We're talking family and kids today and how Bookrata can help you as a parent. So if you are a Bookrata member and you have a membership, you can search for books for your kids really easily. You select the tiers you want, the content you want in each of these categories, and then if you want to set a search for a specific child, once you set those, maybe here, whatever it is, you can save that current search, name the search your child's name, and then every time you're looking for a book for your child, you just load that child's search, and every book is already automatically within those content parameters. So that's the easy way to do it with an individual plan. But we all know that kids are more likely to read if they get to pick out the books that they want, if they get to find them, look at them, and they see it and it looks interesting to them. So yeah, you could hand your computer over to your kid and look through it, but then they'll have access to be looking up 4s and 5s and content that you may not want them to see, with descriptions that you may not want them to see. So instead, you can get a family plan where you have your parent account, but then you assign a child account to each one of them with content standards already preset per child based on the child's age, maturity, and whatever else you're the parent. So basically, you're getting 5 accounts for that one family membership, a parent and 4 kids. If you stay till the end of the video, I'll tell you a kind of a secret, a way to get a family account for much cheaper, and it's pretty cool. So stay tuned for that. So you get a family account and you go into your account settings. Family will pop up here. So let's go into family. Right now, you can name your family, which will show up if you have a co-op plan. But, you can call it the Williams family, or you can go with something else if your family has a fun name that you use. And then you set up your kids. You get to pick the username for your kids. We don't control that. You do. You get to set the password for your kids. We don't control that. You do. And then you go in and you set the max tier that you want for each category for that specific child. So little Debbie here, her cap for language is a 2, for sex is a 2, violence is a 3, health or wellness a 2, religion a 3, and LGBTQ as a 1. So that is what she can see in her account. Then you can decide, do you want them to be able to make purchases? So do they have their own Amazon account if you're linking out, or do you want them to be able to make purchases on an author storefront in Bookrata? Are you okay with them using your card? You get to decide that. So it's off by default. You have to turn it on if you want it on. And then if you're like me, or your kids are like I was, you can make their account active or suspend their account. Like a punishment for me would have been getting my account suspended so that I couldn't pick a book to read. That's up to you. Okay, so really simple to set up your kids, and they each have their own. As soon as you set them up, you'll see it'll ask you cohort questions. You can prefer not to say if you want to. It's optional, but this helps us go out and decide which books we're grabbing because they'll be most helpful to the ages that we're seeing. Okay, so that's really easy to set up your kids. Now let's go down here for reading rewards. And this is the fun part. You get to set up rewards for your kids to help motivate them to read. So you set how many points per finished book. So if your kids are motivated by higher numbers, you can set it high. If it's all relative, right? It matters how you set it up. And then you go in and you set a reward. So let's do a reward for one of my kids when they get to, let's see, 3 books. So that'd be 30 points. We're going to give them a real world reward. She'd like to buy a toy or go out for ice cream, or maybe you'll take her to lunch, lunch date with dad, for reading 3 books. Let's assign that to little Debbie. So that's a real world. You can also give them a digital badge. So you could say, read one book, you get this badge that says super reader or read every day. And then you create this reward for your kid. So lunch date with dad is now a reward on little Debbie's account. We also have a family reward. We're going to take the whole family to a water park for reading 20 books. So between mom, dad, Strad Jr., and Lil Debbie, if we get up to 200 points, we're all going to go to the water park. So that's also there. So let's log into Lil Debbie's account. So we just set her a new reward. So we're going to refresh as though she's logging in. All right, so she's got a family goal that she sees right here. We're working towards that water park. But we also see she has a specific reward, specific goal to go out on a lunch date with dad when she finishes reading 3 books. So you'll see here in her account, she can only see and search for books that fall within the category tier levels that you set. All right, so she's looking through here. She sees this book. She said, oh, I like books about magic and it's romance. So this one's interesting to me. I'm going to save it, and that way it'll show up on mom or dad's account, and they can see and decide if that's a book that's good for me to read. So let's go back to mom and dad's account here. All right, so we see that little Debbie saved The Master Magician. So we're going to look at it. We're going to view it to see if we feel like it's an appropriate or a good fit for her. I see why little Debbie liked the cover. That's the exact thing she'd be into. Magic, romance, yes. Look at the rating. Language is at a 1. Sex is at a 2. Wellness is at a 1. Violence is as a 3. So I wonder why. Okay. That works for me. I want to know what other people are saying about it. If you're the first one to run this, it'll take a few minutes because it's grabbing information from Amazon reviews, Goodreads reviews, Reddit, threads, all that stuff. You can see, well, this is book 3 of the series. So maybe we want to look at book 1 instead and start at the beginning of the series. But for now, we'll just go with this one. Okay, so this looks like a book that little Debbie would like. So let's go back to our family. Go to little Debbie. We're going to send her a book. The Master Musician, book 3. That's one we're going to let her read. And whether you go to the library or it's available on a Bookrata storefront, it doesn't matter. You can still assign it to her. The great thing about here, I'll assign her this other book because this one is a book that you own as a family, you purchase from an author. And when you buy a book from an author on a Bookrata storefront, the author gets 100% of the royalties and you get the book DRM free. So you actually own the book. You're not just renting a license like you are from Amazon. And the author is actually earning money. You're not giving 30% to a big company. So anyway, we're going to assign that to her as well. Hit save. Now let's go back to little Debbie's account. All right, you'll see this Grounded Detective is the one I just assigned. Master Magician is there. So say we go to the library and grab the Master Magician. She reads through it. Little Debbie finishes that book. She can go in and mark it as finished. Hey, I finished it. All right, so then it's sent to you for you to verify. And you'll go log in again. So every time I refresh, it's like I'm logging back in. I see. Ooh, little Debbie says they finished the Master Magician. I know she has because I've seen her reading it every day. So I'm going to approve that. And now the points have been added to her account. And then bonus points. I told her that maybe you set a reward that if she reads every day for 5 days in a row, she'll get 2 points a day. So she did that. So let's give her 10 points for that. All right, now let's go back to her account. She logs back in. All right, she's at 20 points. One more book to read and she gets to go out to lunch. So let's try this one out. Because this one was purchased in a Bookrata store, you can actually read it. She can read it right in the app, and it will automatically give her the points when she finishes the book because it's one of Bookrata's books. And like I said, you own this DRM free, so you can download it and read it elsewhere. You can put it on her tablet or e-reader or whatever, or she can read right in the Bookrata app. That's the great thing about actually owning the file. So for the sake of argument, let's just mark it off manually here. All right, little Debbie said she finished it. We're going to approve. Now she has enough books to go out for lunch with Dad, so we're going to redeem that prize. And then once that lunch happens, we will mark it delivered. And you can see the water park as we were going, that goal was also advancing. So those points were going towards the family goal as well. Now the lunch with Dad reward is gone, and we can start a new one. So they find the books that they want to read. You double check that it has the content that you're comfortable with. You already know that it probably is because you're the one who set the category tier levels for them, but you still get to go in and double check it. And then if you approve it, you can go out and get the book. However you get it, you can create a reward for them to read it. And they have motivation every time they log in. They see this bar advancing, so they know they're getting close, and they can continue to read. So that's the family plan in a nutshell. So I guess I'll give you the secret here. If you want the family plan for much cheaper, you can set up a homeschool co-op. You don't actually have to be a homeschool. You just need neighbors or friends or a church group or extended family or whatever to join you. You get 5 or 6 families. There's a homeschool, there's a co-op fee, and then a fee per family. But it comes out to, you could actually be paying less than $5 a month for a full family plan plus all of the homeschool co-op features. And if you're interested in those features, check out my other video on homeschool co-ops. Has a bunch of other things where you can create lists and shelves and share and have rewards with your family or combined with the other families. So lots of cool stuff that you can do with the homeschool co-op, and it ends up being a lot cheaper for you with all of the features in the family plan. And more. So check that out as well. I hope this helps. I think this is a great way for families to read together, to work together, and to work individually where you're comfortable about the books that are coming into your home. You get to make the decisions. You get to create the accounts. You get to set the limits based on the child, because we're not telling you what to do. We're not telling you what's appropriate for an age group. That's your decision because you're the parent. So check it out. Let me know if you'd like any other features in the family plan, and maybe it's something we're working on, or it'd be a great feature that we could add. So talk to you later. Check out that homeschool video, and we'll see you next time on Bookrata.